we were saying that this is so great, it should have been done a long time ago. You know, like we were talking last night with all the problems, and they started. Most of the problems started about 20 years ago. And I even have a letter that we wrote to Hank Gonzalez, who was the Secretary of Tourism way back then in the 80s, and complaining. He was coming here to San Miguel, and we were complaining already about the traffic, already about the same things that we are preoccupied with now.
So tell me, what for you, Dotty, what's so special? I mean, you came and settled here, and obviously this place means a lot to you. What is so special about San Miguel, and why specifically are you concerned right now?
Well, when I came, San Miguel, we were living like in the 17th century or the 18th century. We had nothing. I mean, it was very primitive. It was a wonderful town. 3 blocks in each direction. I think we were about 7,000 people, all in all. Lots of burros on the street, lots of the Indians, the women with their sarapis and the men in their manta clothes. And it was, you know, it was like going to a different world. It's not like it is today. And so we all fell in love with San Miguel. And it was a different life. At that time, we didn't have telephones. There were no cars. I mean, you could be on the highway, and maybe a car might go by every half an hour.
Yeah.
No, really, it was a different life completely. We cooked on charcoal and so on and so forth. And the people were wonderful. They were very interesting people. And the Instituto started in 1950, and I worked there for a while. And got involved with things. I've always been involved with things ever since I came here. And we started the library, the public library. It used to be the slaughterhouse. It was right in the center of town, and we managed to let the state government gave it to us for 99 years. And so we tore down the slaughterhouse, and my brother-in-law was in charge of doing all of the construction. And Federico, my son, did the plans for an addition some years ago. So we were all sort of involved. And San Miguel, the people that came to San Miguel, the foreigners that came in those years were wonderful people. They all wanted to help San Miguel. And there was a feeling of closeness. Everybody knew each other, whether we were good friends or not, but everybody knew each other. And even the story I tell is a wonderful story. We used to park on a street called Zacateros, which was one of the main streets and was round the corner from our business. And I parked there, and I think you weren't supposed to park there anymore, but I parked there. And when I ran around to get my car, the transit policeman was taking off my license plate, which is what they do. And he saw me coming, he said, "Oh, Senora, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that this was your car. I wouldn't have taken it away." And then he promptly put it back. And that's the sort of thing that that happened here. Everybody knew each other, and there was respect. There was a lot of respect. It's changed. It's changed because as we became more popular, I think in the 80s was when we really started becoming popular, and all of the newspapers wrote about us and so on and so forth, and it's a lot word of mouth, a lot of word of mouth. And we began to get too popular, and we suggested putting gates on, on the 4 entrances. That was not possible, but I wish it had happened. It isn't that we were against progress. It's that we wanted progress in the correct way. we saw all of the green areas being taken over by housing and developments, and now lately some malls, big malls, businesses that are, they're all right. I'm not saying that we don't need these businesses, but they should be in a place where that's not the first thing you see when you come into San Miguel. And I think one of the problems now, besides the traffic, one of the big problems is also industry or jobs for the young people, because so many times they have to leave. They can't find work in San Miguel. The work here is generally to do with the tourist industry, and there's only so much work, and it's not generally for educated people. So it's a big problem, because San Miguel was never meant for heavy industry. And so that's one of our big problems now.